Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to our weekly reselling coast to coast with NASCARMAN3345 and DESERTSELLERS19. And guess what? Jen is here today. Say
Hello,
hi, Jen.
hello.
So I want to welcome everybody in while we start. We have Rusted Raccoon. We have Adam's Exploits, Pittsburgh, Eat Sleep Amazon. Hi, Tiffany. Of course, Jen. We have in Swamp Picker, Mr. Glenn is in the house. And what's up, BK Vending? So want to welcome Jen back. She was just in Vegas. She went the wrong time. She should have went in July during the during eBay Open. It would have helped her.
Oh, yeah, there is that, but it was already hot enough. July is going to be pure hell.
Right. So, hey Nick, welcome in. So, now that you haven't been here in a couple of weeks, let everybody know what's been going on.
Not too much. Things have slowed down at my choice just because of being so busy. Uh, Still sourcing, but I've been getting a lot pickier at what I'm finding. So I notice I leave a lot of stores empty-handed or a lot of sales empty-handed because there's nothing that I want to hold on to. And while there's things, sure, I mean, everything can sell. You can clear out a whole garage sale and sell everything. But do I want to hold all of that? And how long is it going to take? So I'm getting pickier. Still going after my usual stuff, the Guitar Heroes, the video games, uh, things that I know already will sell. But yeah, just doing my thing.
Congratulations, Glenn. Glenn just passed 1,000 subs, so that's great. He needed 44 yesterday, and he got them. That's great job, Glenn. So,
Awesome.
yep. So, have you found anything recently that you really think that you'll do really well on?
Yeah. Went to Goodwill in a different town yesterday. So it's always nice to scope them out when you haven't been to one.
Mm-hmm.
And a couple months ago, I think it was a month or two ago, I had found these Blendtec containers at my local Goodwill. And it was one dry container, one wet container, had the lid, had the little pokey thing that goes down and scoops stuff. Uh, and just two containers. I was surprised to see they go for like $150. And sure enough, mine sold within, I did an auction on it, so it went to 7 days. I think I got like $160 for them. So yesterday, when I was at this other Goodwill, I was pleased to find another Blendtec container. And this one, what was funny is the people I was with were like, "What is that? It has no bottom. It's missing a lid. Why would you buy that?" Like, because it's a Blendtec. So if you don't know what you're looking for, this was sitting on the shelf like it was nothing, and all I saw was dollar signs. So this one container is worth almost $60.
Nice. So
And
you
I picked
guys
it up for
never
free.
know. You never know what you're gonna find. I mean, people always go through the housewares and they're just like, "What is it? What do I find? What do I look for?" And
Right, and that one it's not even labeled. It doesn't say Blendtec on it. And I looked it up thinking maybe it's not. Maybe it's a Ninja or something else that looks close to it. But no, sure enough, it is the legit one. But what's funny is it goes the other way too, where I go through sales and I'm looking at stuff and I'm like, and I'll pass it. I'll put it down. I'll look at it and I'll walk away. And I'm sure other resellers will be like, "Why'd you put that back? Why didn't you get that?" So it works both ways. You can see stuff that I walk past without giving it a second look, where I'm quick to grab stuff that I know. So it just, that's why there's so much room in this for everybody, because it depends on what you know and what you specialize in.
yep. Adam's asking, does it say Blendtec on it?
It does not. So I looked it up. Like I said, the one thing that I knew the other ones have is this dry container sticker, and I also know the base. So it's a hard metal base and the blades. So, and it says dry on the blade. So I know personally that's what this is, and that is the actual brand. But no, it does not say Blendtec on it.
Cool. Hi, Jen. Thank you for coming in. And what else? Did you find anything else that's really interesting, or is it just finding
This
all?
is, again, just the stuff I found yesterday. I picked up a digital camera. This one still has the box. It is used. The box is opened. But it's the I forgot what it said. C920. So this one's about $40, I think, is when I did a quick search. So, and the thing that I'm looking at is always the available versus the sold. And there's so many people that are just looking at how much it's selling for. That means nothing. If it's not selling, it's not worth it. So with these, when I pull it up, the first thing I do is see the number of what's available and the number of what's sold. So like that camera, I don't have my phone on me real quick to look it up, but I remember the number of sold was well over the number that was available. And that just tells you how quick it's going to go for.
Yeah.
So if it's priced right,
BK Vending is asking, what town was that in?
Oh, that's in Casa Grande, Arizona.
Yeah. So Adam says it's $50 new retail. So
yeah, so but they were still going pretty high. Maybe it was like 30, but it was worth my $4 pickup.
That's good. That's good. Yeah, as most of my people know, there's really hasn't been much around. Picked up some I picked up a yo-yo. I'm gonna go out sourcing again in a little bit. There's really not a lot around here. We've been going. Oh, he's in Queen Creek.
Oh yeah, I've got family up there.
Yeah.
This was a nice little gem because it's small. I mean, I don't know how much the population is around there, but I only stop when I'm coming to and from Phoenix or meeting someone from Phoenix, and that's what we were doing yesterday. Someone came in town, and I met them for dinner up in Casa Grande for sourcing and dinner.
Yeah.
Oh, and then a Withing scale. So I know that brand. Like you see scales all the time, especially at the beginning of the year. I think the shelves were packed with them. And this particular one I know because we have one. And they're like $100 to $200 for these scales because it also tells you all kinds of body fat stuff. Like I need to be told that, and it's also tied to your phone for Wi-Fi.
Right.
So it gives you the scale, the charts, and shows you what you've lost, what you've gained.
Yeah, that's so where another YouTuber is from Casa Grande. It's Global Voodoo is there.
Awesome.
Yeah. So hey Pat, I know you haven't been watching the videos, but Saturday has been canceled for myself. I had three things that I was worried about. One was the weather, which the weather is going to be nice. I was supposed to go to New York or New Jersey on Saturday. One was if the doctor wanted me to go in for surgery, but I'm not seeing him till the 25th. So that was knocked off the page. Second was if it was gonna rain or the weather was gonna be bad. And the weather's gonna be beautiful. The third one, my son had a game last night. They played the third place team. They were the sixth place team, and they wiped them out. So they're moving into the semifinals of the state championships. And they put the game at 12 o'clock in the afternoon. So for me to go all the way to New York and back before his game is nothing I can do. So, Pat, I was going to let you know in a little. I told Destiny to have you PM me, but I guess that didn't happen. But that's okay. So, I will definitely not be there on Saturday. I was going to do a ton of YouTube. I was going to have a blast. But like I told everybody before, and everybody that's in my yes, I was looking forward to going, Jen. But like I said to everybody that's in my chat and all my subscribers, family comes first. You know, I can't just say there. I'm gonna go and forget my son. This is gonna be his last 1 to 2 games left of his youth lacrosse career. So I would really like to see him win the championship his last year playing there, because once he gets into high school, the high school level is totally a different monster. So, but yes, you're right, BK. Family does have to come first. Yeah, I mean, I would have loved to have gone, but that's just what happens.
Cool.
Yeah, because we have to drive 45 minutes to get to where we're going to be anyway to go for the game, because we're down at the University of Rhode Island. If anybody knows, they're a pretty good basketball team in the Atlantic 10. So we'll be down there watching stuff, watching the game. So, like I said, hopefully next year they do it. It'll be cool if they do it again, but we'll see what happens. Hey, Rebecca, thank you for stopping in. Hey, KLC Reselling. Thank you for stopping in. I know a lot of people have been here. And hey, Destiny, thank you for stopping in. But we do have to make another excuse me, another informative information so everybody knows. As of this Thursday, Miss Jen will no longer be with us on the show. So Jen has some other obligations she needs to do, and has she's losing time getting her listings done and everything for doing the show. So
Yeah,
we
I'll
want to
definitely miss it. And if things change and I can get my time management better, then I'll definitely be back. I know Derek will always be there. So right now, it's just I've always struggled with it. I get 3 days that I'm kid free, or my daughter's in preschool, and that's my day for sourcing and listing. And it's just I haven't been able to get it all done. So, and of course, maintain a house and still be a housewife and do all the things that I got to do. So it's
right.
just as far as the priorities, I just can't keep making this happen. So I apologize, and I do hope to be back, and I will miss it.
I mean, we still will have our Facebook group. That will still be available. I'll probably keep the show on for a little while on my channel, just to keep people informed in what's going on. But we'll change it up a little bit. But let's see what happens. This is how life throws your curveballs. So, but I will still be on. So, yeah, BK Vending saying it is hard to do everything. Yep.
That's exactly it.
So,
And I tried, and then it was like, there's this one thrift store that Thursdays are the best days to go, and I never get to make it. By the time I get home from dropping my daughter at school, and I'm doing a couple things around the house, but I know as far as travel and actually having time there and then getting back, I wouldn't have time for it.
right. So I totally understand, and I mean, don't get me wrong. Me and Jen will be talking during the week, but like when she has time, like she's busting my chops a couple of weeks ago. Oh, I never talk to you anymore until it's Thursday. You don't have enough time for everybody now.
Well, that's a good idea. Get more guests because we are coast to coast.
Yeah, we can do that, Pittsburgh. Yep. What? I guess you wanna be on, bud?
That's his volunteer. Yes, he is volunteering, right?
I think that's what he's doing. Yeah, we could do that. That's not a problem. I mean, I'm like I said, I'm keeping the group going, and I'm keeping the show going. It's just that Jen might stop in if she has time once in a while if she can. Her presence will still be here.
Yes. As
But
exciting
no,
as that is.
yep. But it's just one of those things where, and she needs to start hitting it hard on eBay. So what are you at now for listings total?
It's dropped down. I'm only up to I was over 300, and now I'm at 250. So I've got to get going. What's funny? So did I tell you about that band hero? It bit my butt, and it ended up not working. And get it home, test it, and sure enough, they weren't lying. The drums doesn't work, and then the foot pedal. The weirdest thing. So it was brand new in the box. Everything was still wrapped in all the cellophane. It was never put together. I mean, brand spanking new. So I did not take it out. I did not officially test it, which shame on me. I should have done that. Luckily, it sold local, so I didn't have to pay for shipping. And the person was super nice about it. And then they actually threw away all the packaging for it. So I sold it for $200 local. And she writes to me saying, it doesn't work. Will I take it back? And I said, sure. And she's like, oh, but by the way, I threw out all the box and all the filler. So of course there goes half of its value. So I said, I'm
Right.
sorry, I'm going to have to charge you 25%, at least 25%, because of what you just did. Like even if I was Amazon, I would not have taken it back without its box.
Right.
So I took it back, and she was actually fine with that. So I gave her back $150. I still kept 50. So in the end, even if this ends up in the garbage, I still made $42 because I bought it for $8.
Right.
So even just as that, I could walk away, throw away the drums. But the guitar still works. I tested the guitar. And then I'll part it out. There's dongles for the drums. I still have the drumsticks. And then I have the foot pedal. But the weirdest thing from it sitting in a box, probably in the heat, someone probably kept it in their garage, this cable completely corroded. And that's what happened with the drums, was one of the cables that goes up to the cymbals just rotted. So the inside still, I mean, that part still works. It's just the casing that got all corroded. But I can't sell this. This looks like garbage.
Right.
So this will end up in the garbage. I'll keep the microphone until I get another set that needs a microphone. So, and even the dongles, I may end up just keeping it until I find another one that doesn't have it, because that's always the thing that you're missing.
Right. Right.
So, yeah, lesson learned. Always test your equipment. I picked up 2 guitars last weekend or the weekend before, at a garage sale for $2 or $3 a piece. And PlayStation, she didn't have the little dongles out. So I asked her, do you have those? She had no clue what I was talking about. So she called her son out, and he's like, oh, yeah, I do have them. So he runs inside, goes and gets them. I get home, and one of them doesn't work. I can't get it to connect. So I'm just glad that I have the capabilities to test it. And I wouldn't even be touching these guitars if I didn't. So I have a PlayStation 2. I have a Brett's Xbox that I can test on. I have a Wii that I could test on. I mean, I think I have a PS3. I may end up just keeping it. I think I was selling it, but I may keep it. Because you never want to buy anything that you can't test.
So Joanna Parrish is saying, just sell the whole thing and save a pair of parts.
That's an idea.
Yeah.
I wonder if I should just do the drums that way or still sell the whole
No, she says the whole thing. She says she sells broken for parts stuff, and people still buy it. You know, they might have a cymbal that's busted. You know, or
right. But then those people, they won't need the drum, or they won't need the guitar, they won't need the mic. I don't know. I'll have to see how I want to part it out.
Right. Well, just look and see what the parts are going for. I mean, if they're going for $1, you know.
Yeah, you can buy that cable, but the problem is you'd have to solder it. It's not on one end is just a normal port. You just plug it in. But then the top end is hardwired into the cymbal. So as far as repairing it, of course, I thought of that, but I'm not going to get into soldering, and it's not worth it.
What? Brett couldn't do it for you?
Could, but again, not worth the time. Another thing I'm learning about. So old rock bands like ICP. Did I tell you about that jersey I found?
Insane Clown Posse.
Yeah. So I don't even know what genre you call it. I know it's rock, but it's a lot darker. So, anyways, ICP. I found a jersey. Metal. Yeah. And this was a hockey jersey that I picked up at Goodwill for like $5, and I ended up selling it last week for like $80 for a jersey. So now I'm on the lookout for these jerseys. And then scored this guy. So this one is Soulfly. Yeah. The same genre. The only downside is the tag. You can't even read it. It's been washed too many times, so I don't even know what size it is. So does anyone know how to tell size by measurement? Obviously, it's men's.
If it's 52 inches, that's a large.
52.
Yeah.
But these jerseys run big. Like even that ICP jersey, it said it was just an extra large, and it looked like a 3X. Like that thing was huge. And I put the measurements on.
Like wearing them, so yeah.
Inches wide, and like it definitely could fit much larger than a large.
Yeah.
So this one, I'm guessing like maybe a medium to a large, because they're supposed to be so big. But anyways, once I figure that out, I'll get it listed.
Cool.
So always listing the stuff that I do know, and then learning stuff about stuff I don't know.
Yeah, always old vintage T-shirts from anything from sports teams to especially concert
Concert shirts.
T-shirts are always big. And it's easy to figure out because the old vintage T-shirts have one stitch instead of two stitches. So it's very easy to remember that. On the arms, all you got to do is look at them. If it has two stitches, then it's a newer T-shirt. So
Gotcha.
I know they're trying to redo some of the stuff like that, but it's pretty easy to figure out what is actually
Okay, so Joanna, thanks for bringing that up. That even though I don't solder or I don't want to take the time to solder, there are many people that would. And if these are avid gamers, absolutely that's something they can mess with. So I think that's what I'll do. I'll probably just do the drums separate and put that one as parts only, and then just the drums, and I'll throw in the sticks, and I'll throw in the foot pedal, and fully describe what went on. This was stored in the heat of a desert, did not survive. And then I'll sell the guitar that's brand spanking new, throw in a game in there. Of course, the dongle with it.
Well, especially there's our friend Mr. Bumcrack Picker from England. He's in the chat. So if you have any other questions, guys, I thank you, Joanna, for putting that stuff in. So, but yeah, we got a lot of things, This is why I like doing this show, because we're in different parts of the country. And being in the heat with that, who knew, Usually everybody says, you go out to Arizona and you get a car and the cars are fine because there's no rust on them. Who knew with all the wiring is probably shot, but everything else is fine.
Right. We also get pack rats, so the wiring is where it'd be messed up if they put a nest in there. They're eating at your wires. Yeah, the heat does crazy things. You mentioned going to a game at 12 o'clock in the afternoon. Yeah, you would literally melt here. We are at 106 today, and we'll hit that peak here in the next probably 30 minutes.
Yeah, it's only 55 degrees right now here, pouring out, really nasty day. But they're saying it's supposed to be 82, and on Saturday, and 82 is going to be a steamer because it's all the humidity.
Wow. Well, in BK Vending, you were even hotter up there. Casa Grande was 112 yesterday. So I'm sure you guys are like 115, 117.
Yeah, that's why Mike doesn't, Global Voodoo doesn't do a ton of videos, because once the summer comes, he can't do anything.
Exactly.
He's a landscaper, and he does like yard sales and everything, but it's so hard for him because you guys, the weather just kills it. I mean, you got to have a yard sale at 5 o'clock in the morning and end it at 8.
Yeah, well, that's why they don't really do too many right now. They're definitely dying down. So when you guys are picking up over there, we're slowing down.
And that's the cool part. Hey, Bianca. Hey, Visually Impaired. Thank you for coming in, guys. But yeah, but this is why.
We'll pick up again come November, December. That's when a lot of more November, the community yard sales will start up. So when you're starting to get snow, we're back to our spring kickoff time for garage sales.
Right. See, that's the part that everybody, everybody's in a different part of the. Hey, what's up, D? Thank you for coming in. D is in Michigan, so she does a show at 12 o'clock. So I'm glad she showed up. It's really nice to have her come in. But yeah, it's just weird because you talk to the people in Florida, and same thing. By 9, 10 o'clock, the humidity just kills everybody in the summer. So, but they don't get snow, and they're allowed to have yard sales all the time.
Well, yeah, I mean, if you wanted to do a yard sale in the middle of July, you could, but you will melt along with everything else you have on those tables.
Like here, nobody has a yard sale during the week. If they do, it's very oddball. It might be an estate, because the people who are doing the estates have like 7 of them set up for the whole week. But other than that, it's either Saturday or Sunday, and you best be gassing your car up and driving around because they're all over the place.
Yeah, and ours usually start Thursday. I hit up a couple this morning. They were garbage, but excuse me. Sorry, I didn't hit the mic in time. So those started today on Thursday, and they'll go Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
Well, see, we don't do that. It's Saturday, Sunday, maybe a Friday sometimes, where I've seen a couple of those, and like I said, now,
different areas, how you guys do it so different.
yeah, and then, like I said, we're only allowed here in our city. We're only allowed 2 per year, and you have to get a permit for both of them.
2 per house?
Yep.
They seriously restrict that? That's crazy.
Yep, they do, and it's $10 for the permit, and you have to have the permit in sight when you're.
Oh, that's hilarious! I could do it every week if I wanted to.
Not here,
That
and
is
then
nuts.
they make sure that you have, if you don't take your signs down, you get fined.
Wow.
Yeah.
The one bad thing is our allergies. I've started coughing from stupid allergies. I don't know what it is. There's some tree that's blooming that has me coughing up a storm.
I mean, we're even with trash picking here. If you do it, you have to go and get a permit through the city, and they only allow you like very, very limited. Like, you cannot open a trash can. It has to be out in the open, and it's just crazy.
That is.
It is, Joanna, and it's that's why a lot of people. I mean, granted, like, I'm in an apartment complex. We can't have them here. We're
Well,
not allowed.
that's here too. If you have an apartment or a condo or something, there's nowhere to put it. So that makes sense. But to restrict the houses, and that's your property. If you want to run it on your driveway, I don't see how or why they'd want to restrict that. It's weird.
They just do. They really do. I mean, there's people that have them every week, but they go up and they have a tax ID, so they sit there and throw the tax ID in the person's face when they come out. And, well, you've had one 3 weeks in a row, and they're like, well, I have a tax ID, so you're gonna not. But now they open up their mouth. Now they break the tax ID down, and oh no, Joanna, I do not have a garage. Literally, I am on. They even took out storage area in the apartment complex. We had a small storage area that we were allowed to put stuff. That's why my living room looks like that, because it's a mess. I don't have anywhere to put it. It's so crazy, And was supposed to have a yard sale a couple of weeks ago at a church. It was a church sale. And they canceled until September now. So, operating a business and residential property. Yeah, it's just like that, huh? So, but that's why I said it. That's why a lot of times I don't buy a lot of stuff. I mean, I could go to yard sales and buy a ton of stuff, but I don't have anywhere to put it.
If you're here, like we just talked about, having a garage wouldn't do me anything. I have a garage, but it doesn't do me good for storage. It's good for holding cars, but my stuff melts, obviously.
Yeah, it's so crazy, When I have to go through, and I think it's on my Facebook. I have to link it over to here. I did a yard sale before I got sick, and they don't even let you do that, Joanna. Unless you get permission from the city, or you have to get permission from the property manager. So yeah,
difference. That is just so funny.
Yeah,
there's one street around here that, I mean, of course, I'm super close to the border, so there's one street here that everyone lines up, and it's just like a flea market on the side of the road.
Yeah, no, I know it's just crazy, I have a storage unit also, because we have so much stuff that won't fit in the apartment. We had to put it in storage, and so I'm even like trying to clear that out when I have a yard sale. I mean, the problem is we only have one. Well, we have 2 vehicles now because my son's driving, but to put everything in this car and going over to my mom's to have a yard sale is fine, but I better sell everything because I don't want to bring everything back, And we have a lot of people, they'll show up at a yard sale and be like, you have you have this yo-yo for $2, which is probably a $10 yo-yo. No, D, this is Jen. This is DESERTSELLERS19. This is my weekly Resellers Coast to Coast show. She is in Arizona. Yeah,
Yeah,
so
I'm just south of Tucson.
yeah. So, and I would put this out for $2 to $3, and I'll get somebody to ask, will you take 25 cents for it? And it's like, you know what? I'm done. I just can't do that. It bothers me, you know. Well, that was this.
My sister lives in Virginia. They have to report earnings after a yard sale in her city and pay taxes. That is hilarious.
It's just so crazy. And I mean,
And there's people that drive around to report this. Like, that's their job, is to go be the garage sale police.
Yep, there is. There is actually a person in the city that will actually go around and make sure that they're all there.
Wow.
Oh, that's good, Rebecca. Glad you're home. So, but yeah, it's so crazy. And then they'll come up to you. Do you have a permit? And we're like, yeah, it's right in the window. Pay attention. Open your eyes. You know? And so, and the worst part about it is, with my dad working in the city for so long, that they're going to even challenge my dad. You know? Like, you know, you worked in the city, you know, you saved people's lives, and you're gonna be a jerk to come down the street and say, hey, you don't have a permit. What? Yeah. See, fishing in Illinois, they want to report yard sale earnings, but screw that. They already take 30% out of her husband's check. Yeah, exactly. You know. Yep. Thank you, Adam, for putting that in. Thank you. Yeah, it's just so. But yeah, no, you know, it's one of those things where things happen and you just gotta go with it. So I will make this show special guest every week if we can do that. I mean, that's not a problem. Because now that the kids are out of school now, they're finally both done. So I'll be having them around all the time now. So we'll see what happens there. And so we'll get people on. I mean, I know I'll probably have Rebecca on. I'll have Adam will probably come on. You know, whoever is interested in coming on and being a guest, I'll make a list. And you know, when Jen says, "Well, I'll come on for the day," you know, then that's when we'll have her come back on. It'll still be Resellers Coast to Coast with me and Jen, because that's our Facebook group, and that will always be our Facebook group. Just
and there could be multiple people, right? So even if I hop on, you can still have one or two other guests.
You can have up to 9. Yeah. Sorry, guys, her allergies are bothering her today. I think they're bothering everybody today. So.
Oh, they're awful.
Yeah. So. Tommy, okay. All right, we'll do that if you want, bud. So, well, we're gonna probably end this early because I know Jen keeps on hacking away over there, and
I'm muting it. At least you're not hearing it; you're just seeing it.
Right. So I want to thank Jen for all the stuff that she's done on the show. You know, she'll still be part of still be on the Facebook group, and you know, let her have some fun. I mean, I'll be talking to her, so if anybody has questions, you know, you can hit me up, and I'll let her know what's going on. Yes, I'm not getting that famous that I will not leave you, not talk to you. So.
Well, thank you, and I will miss the group. And like I said, I'll come on when I find, when I got some time. I'm sure I can find some time in there to at least come in for half a show or stop in and say hi. So I'll miss it, and I'll miss you guys, and I'll still be in the group. And it was definitely awesome to meet all of you too.
Yeah, like I said, we do have a show on tomorrow night. My show on tomorrow night. It is the Hot Night at the Tracks, guys. The cars have already been taken. The cars have been picked. The bracket is done. We'll be doing that at 6 o'clock tomorrow night. So we'll have a lot of fun doing that. And then remember, Monday night, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we are going to be having the ultimate toy auction. I am going to be sending a video up today so I can show everything that I have that I'm selling. I know Rebecca's working on hers, and Kimmy from the not the borderline hoarderish, will be putting hers out too. So everybody, we're gonna have so much fun. There's a lot of stuff that's gonna be. Don't be surprised if it's a 4 or 5 hour show, because it's just amazing, guys. It's just crazy, and there's gonna be stuff. I have put it out to multiple groups. If anybody wants to share that, Adam, if you can, or Rebecca, if you can put in the chat, I want everybody, if you can, share that. I don't care if you share it 7, 8, 9 times, just get it out there. If everybody wants to register, please get with me, let me know. But so, well, I want to let Jen sign off for the last time, with the full show. So Jen, have at it.
All right, guys. Thanks again. It was great to meet everyone, and I hope to see you guys soon. Have a great day.
All right, guys. We'll see you later from that Resellers Coast to Coast. And we'll see you tomorrow night at the races. Bye.